Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our leading ETFs via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Monday, October 21st, 2013. Got expiration Friday here, so a lot of times things are moved ahead of time, but the markets are up today across the board off of some strong earnings. So there are some different sector ETFs in motion. Right now on the broad side, the ETFs are a little bit to the sell side. We've got a differential sell signal in the Qs and a camouflage sell signal on the diamonds. Looking at the individual domestic sectors, we're definitely to the downside here. Mostly the later variety, the camouflage sells and the differential sells, don't have those downside CPS conditions. Most of these stocks are up on the day. Definitely have some volume bumps to be aware of. Got one here in the OIH, and that one's on a differential sell. And we're probably going to get a volume bump in the XLI and also the TAN. Got about another half an hour's worth of trading before the close, so we will print those big prints on the close here, which will bump up the volume here across the board. Only one that's really sticking out with the buy signal right now is the TAN, and that's an upside CPS condition. Moving on to the commodities. Commodities is definitely not where the action is today, and you can also see that reflected in the low volumes. Every one of them has a volume deviation today. The growth stocks and the technology names and the ETFs that represent those are definitely the ones that have traders' attention during this current session. Got a camouflage sell signal going in the USO. Right now the UNG is at odds with itself, and we'll resolve this condition before the close. Bonds, not really seeing too much here. They're very, very benign today. Right now the TLT is up a little bit on the day. That one's got the best volume out of all of our major bonds. As far as the foreign sectors go, camouflage sell signal in the EEM and also on the FXI and the RSX, also popping up with a sell condition. EWG might wind up with a little bit of a volume bump here into the close. It's already traded pretty good volume, but as of now, there's no signal with that one. And finally, looking at the specials, it's expiration, so there's a little bit of movement here. Focus on the ones with the signals, as you see. The SKF has a signal here. That one's on extremely late volume, so that one might not be the one you really want to focus on. QLD has above average volume and does have a differential sell signal, so I put that on the list for Monday to track. Let's move on and take a look at the individual sectors and see what the bar counts look like. Okay, and here we are with our individual sectors and the majors broken out with the daily chart numbers. As you can see, we've got 13s in place in some of the majors now, going for the IWM on the aggressive countdown, one for the Qs and also one for the spiders. Now just keep in mind here that we're 11 days up, and those three also. So if we do have some positive price action and favorable patterns, we could be printing 13 days up in the standard seeker countdown phase, which would put in place high probability reversal signals for all of those. Also, this MDY is getting real close on the Comer, and so is the Qs. So the Qs, if the Qs prints the exhaustion in the Comer and also on the seeker, that's definitely going to be a real notable development, a very, very strong signal. Elsewhere, some of the individual sectors, we're getting close here. Taking a look at the XLB, we're 13 days up in the aggressive countdown of the seeker, 12 days up in the standard countdown. On the XLV and the XLY, we're 13 days up on both there. So those should start to feel the influence of that very soon. Everything else is a little bit of ways away. The VNQs are 13 days up in the aggressive, but the standard countdown on the seeker is trailing by quite a bit. But ones definitely to focus on are the big ones, the majors. Focus on the spiders, the Qs, and the IWMs, which represent really the broad market, the Nasdaq, and then also the small caps. So that's going to be real important for next week. All right, folks. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.